Hello, and welcome back to another casting of the HyperLeague. I'll be your shoutcaster, Memage, for today. We are in round 3, looking at the second game between ThinkTwicz and Carriejanka. Carriejanka took the first game in this match, so we're going to see if ThinkTwicz can pick up the split, or if Carriejanka will go 2 and out. Let's jump in and see how it goes. See, the map that we'll be playing on today is called Vortex Plateau. ThinkTwicz typically plays the Sisters of Battle. Carriejanka in the last match played Dark Eldar. And indeed, she's playing Dark Eldar again this time. Sisters of Battle once more for ThinkTwicz. So right off the bat, we do see that Adeptus Sororitas Convent going down, as well as the queued up missionaries. Jumping back to Carriejanka, again, we see her starting off with her typical 2 plasma generators. She's got her squads of mandrakes on the way. She usually goes for a Hall of Blood pretty early on also. Does not look like she's going immediately for that at the moment. There it goes down. The mandrakes are out waiting, not going to grab a point just yet. ThinkTwicz a little bit more on top of his game on that, sending out his missionary immediately there to grab points. He's already got 1 partly capped and another one going out to grab. The mandrakes have moved over to start grabbing Carriejanka's first point as well. Hall of Blood is approaching about halfway done. Meanwhile, the Adeptus Sororitas Convent is finished. Nothing being built just yet. ThinkTwicz focusing on getting the listening posts down first. He does have enough resources that he could be queuing up, and indeed now he is queuing up 2 Battleship squads as well as the improved field logistics, so he can try to get superior units out, or superior numbers of units on the map. Hall of Blood almost finished. Mandrake's going over to grab Carriejanka's second point. Sorry, will be the third. The second point is almost done being capped by the Mandrakes over here. Hall of Blood is now down, but she does not have the resources to build anything in it just yet, so she's trying to build up to that. She does have her energy production going pretty well, though, however, with those 2 plasma generators down. We do have the first plasma generator done for ThinkTwicz as well. Field logistics being researched with those other 2 squads of battle sisters already out and beginning to reinforce.
Of the God Emperor.
Nothing else moving as he's continuing to try to get more resources built up. Another listening post going down. He does have a missionary here grabbing this far point, and Carriejanka is beginning to grab a critical location there. Rather bold to come down around the side here and grab this forward location like this. If she can get some artillery up here, it can be easily defended, but at this point in the game, she doesn't really have any long-range artillery units to do so. So that's actually arguably about the same distance away from both players' bases, given the travel route that must be taken to get to it. ThinkTwicz sending his Battle squad out to grab a relic. At this point in the game, he's got people grabbing all the other points he can really reach easily, so he's not too worried about the extra time it'll take to grab it. So it's definitely a good time to be grabbing that relic. Carriejanka has finished grabbing this point up top, has not moved her forces on just yet. Let's look to see if she's got any... okay, she is researching Mandrake Infiltration, almost done. Got a squad of warriors queued up after that. So again, by infiltrating them, taking away their ability to effectively tank, but making them a lot better at harassing and potentially grabbing points. So we do see them moving out, possibly to... yeah, looks like to grab that relic over here. Meanwhile, ThinkTwicz is not building anything else just yet. He does have his banners up and is beginning to research his fortified positions. Or upgrade his fortified positions, I should say. We do have a fight going down here. The missionary going down, the point being decapped and now being captured for Carriejanka. So looking at the resource split at the moment, we got 79 requisition gain and 10 energy for ThinkTwicz. Got an Inferno turret going down for defense. We've got 68 requisition and 20 energy. So Carriejanka with a slight edge on the energy, but a little bit behind on the requisition due to the fortified positions that ThinkTwicz has been getting down. You see the fortified positions again continuing to go down, increasing that requisition gain, now up to 92 and up to 98 now that last one got completed there. ThinkTwicz moving forward. Looks like he should be able to get the decap on that critical location. Carriejanka with nothing in the area to really contend that. Meanwhile, we do have another plasmid area going down on the side of the map over here. ThinkTwicz kind of distributing out his power generation. Carriejanka up to 86 on her requisition gain, getting some more towers of loathing down. Getting another one started on the relic. She does have her fully fleshed out squad of warriors now, only missing their Cerebit, which of course should need the homunculus laboratory to get. And her Archon is out now, so that Archon will be able to tank for those warriors, but only if he gets down here in time to actually do that. Looks like they're not immediately going for that critical location, rather going over to the Mandrakes. We may be seeing our first fight here in a second, but see, looks like ThinkTwicz is pulling his squad back. Perhaps maybe his spidey sense was tingling there. So, alright, so here we have the first fight going on. Letting those warriors kind of take the brunt of that, those Battle Sisters was not great, but those Mandrakes getting stuck in are definitely going to help. So the micro here, Carriejanka should be pulling those warriors back so they can continue firing and let the Archon tank. He's not doing that at the moment, but again, with the support of those Mandrakes, they are going to still break the squad anyway. ThinkTwicz trying to pull them back before he loses the entire squad. He does not succeed. He loses the entire squad. That is definitely a blow to his resource lead here, because now he's going to have to spend a good chunk to regain that squad, also to reinforce them back up to the size that they were before. Carriejanka, on the other hand, losing relatively few units in that skirmish. Recapping that point, let's switch back to ThinkTwicz, see what he's doing to respond. He is teching up, going up to Tier 2, hoping perhaps to get a bit of a lead in the tech game, and thus perhaps crush Carriejanka with superior units early on in the match. Jumping back to Carriejanka, she is matching him. She's got her planetary raid add-on going up, so she is teching up to Tier 2 as well. So right there we see the Dark Foundry going down, so she'll be able to immediately start building Hellions on that, but Reaver jet bikes very quickly as soon as that planetary add-on gets done. The Tower of Loathing is getting upgraded with their better weaponry. Carriejanka is up to 122 requisition per tick versus 110 for ThinkTwicz, so Carriejanka actually in the lead on that. The Cannon S now being built. This is the first time the Cannon S has been built in this match. It's a bit of a different playstyle for ThinkTwicz than usual. He's usually getting that out earlier, and certainly the Cannon S would have lent a lot of support in that earlier skirmish. Maybe saved his squad, forced Carriejanka to fall back, but in this case, again, lost that squad, and the Cannon S only now being built. We do see the Pristine Sanctuary going down, so we should see some additional upgrades for the Battle Sister squads. No other upgrades going down just yet, but we do see the 3 plasma generators down for ThinkTwicz. Another Inferno turret being built over here to help protect this side spot. Let's see, we do see the decap going on to ThinkTwice's relic here. That's going to, again, hurt his requisition gain, but also take away, again, that's the only relic he had, so he will not have access to his relic unit if he does reach Tier 3, if he does not take that point back. Switching back to Carriejanka. Let's see, we do see the Dark Foundry done, as well as the Homunculus Laboratory, so we will see upgrades going down for her squads, as well as potentially the Cerebit upgrade for her warrior squad soon. Could also very easily see the expanded retinue for the Archon, making him a much more deadly unit out on the battlefield, as those incubi definitely add a lot of damage to his retinue. We do see the Cannon S out and stuck into that Battle Sister squad now. See, we got another approved field logistics going down, got another Battle Sister squad out with a missionary stuck in, and we got a Celestian squad queued up. That will definitely help him out. Those Celestians are a lot tougher, able to lay a lot more firepower into the enemy, and can definitely go toe-to-toe with those Dark Eldar warriors. Don't see any immediate upgrades going down on the Precinct Victory. Ah, there they are. We got the power weapons and the Inferno pistol. Definitely good staples. Those Inferno pistols between the Canoness and the veteran superiors will definitely add a lot of damage into the forces. Also got phosphor grenades being researched. Again, excellent thing for the Battle Sisters to use. Can cause a lot of good damage against grouped enemies and work really well against these Dark Eldar warriors, as they are typically grouped together and they're fairly weak health. So getting those phosphor grenades into them can cause a lot of damage. We also see the Tier 2 upgrades going down for the listening posts. Let's switch back to Carriejanka, see what she's up to. Let's see, we got the Night Shield research going down, as well as the Reaver targeting modules, and then some Reaver jet bikes. We've got lots of researches going down on the Homunculus Laboratory, including the Retinue upgrade, the Demonic Corruption for the Mandrakes, and then a series of other upgrades for her troops in general. We got that critical location almost capped, so this is going to actually trigger the Taking Hold countdown starting. Again, that's going to put a lot of pressure on ThinkTwicz to actually push forward and do something here. Got the Dark Lance upgrades going down for the Towers of Loathing as well.
Victory countdown has begun.
There's the Taking Hold countdown beginning. Let's see, Carriejanka moving her forces forward at the moment, perhaps trying to maybe harass ThinkTwicz a bit. Looks like trying to sneak past maybe to get to the other critical location. We'll have to see if she actually succeeds at this. Okay, she decides to stop and actually engage here. This could prove to be a problem because ThinkTwicz has a good amount of fortification here, and of course his army is here to back up. So Carriejanka could very easily lose her built-up force here, and that could be a bit of a blow to her and leave the door open for ThinkTwicz to move in and retake that critical location. That listening post might go down here if the firepower continues to focus in on it, but again, Carriejanka is going to lose all of her forces here. We see the Act of Faith going down. Listening post on its last legs does go down, but again, Carriejanka losing her entire force. That was one, maybe two squads of Mandrakes, a squad of warriors, and her Archon unit completely wiped out there. Very unfortunate for her. That's going to be a very expensive rebuild to do. We do have the Reaver jet bike, a Raider, another Reaver jet bike, and a Hellion coming out. The upgrades continue to go down in the Homunculus Laboratory. We do see the Archon being rebuilt, as well as Warrior squads and Scourge squads being built. She does not have the capacity for all this. She's going to need to be building more slave chambers to actually finish building all that. But if she does, that's a very formidable force she's got building. The Witch Cult Arena going down. We do see the decap happen for the critical location for ThinkTwicz, resetting the Taking Hold victory. And indeed, he's grabbing the lower critical location as well. So this is actually going to flip it in his favor and start the countdown for him. We do have another slave chamber being finished for Carriejanka, but again, she's going to need to build more of them if that's actually going to matter, because she's got a lot of units queued up here. Got the Mandrake going down, as well as the Homunculus coming out. We see the upgrade to the Torture Pit going down, so she can start to collect the Soul Essence. There are the warriors out. She's moving some of her vehicles forward now. If she can get those warriors onto that Raider, then that's going to definitely turn it into a much more powerful attack unit. But she'll probably want to actually flesh out that squad and make it larger before she does so. More research is going down. The Archon is out. Switching back to ThinkTwicz, see what he's up to. Got the Seraphim squad and another Basilisk squad coming out. Upgrading to the Multi-Melta turret. Upgrading that listening post again, trying to get it rebuilt. His lower forces are just kind of hanging out around this point, kind of defending at the moment. He's got a Celestian squad up on the hill. There's that other Battlestar squad coming out. Let's see, we don't see a Manufactorum down just yet. We might see one go down somewhere else on the map, perhaps. We do see the Inferno turret being built up forward to help defend that point, but Carriejanka is moving in now. She got 3 Reaver jet bikes. That's going to cause a good amount of damage, actually, especially with those Hellions and the other warriors coming in. The jet bikes are dropping pretty quickly under all of those multi-meltas, but they did their job. They caused a lot of damage, and they tanked a lot of that initial damage for those warriors to move in and start killing stuff. ThinkTwicz is moving the rest of his forces up to try to back up here, but this is a lot of firepower from Carriejanka. The Inferno turret does finish. That's going to add some more firepower into this. ThinkTwicz should be able to push back now with his forces, especially with the Seraphim coming in here, and the other Battleship Squad. He's got plenty to push back and force Carriejanka to fall back. We do see those Scourge in the background just laying waste with their Splinter Cannons, however. Again, those Splinter Cannons quite effective against general infantry. We do see the Warrior Squad did get onto the Raider, so they're being much more effective now, able to lay in all that firepower while being protected by the armor of that Raider. The Raider is going to fall here, and quite likely, yeah, Carriejanka is going to not win this fight. She's going to lose all of her forces. ThinkTwicz is going to hold this position. So we'll have to see if she can come back from this. She's definitely been put in a position where it's going to be difficult for her to actually dislodge ThinkTwicz. If he can get some of these Inferno turrets built perhaps forward a little bit, and he definitely needs his Manufactorum down. As that Dark Founder continues to crank out units, Carriejanka is quite fond of the Talos as well. So as soon as she starts cranking those out, ThinkTwicz is going to be in a lot of trouble unless he can get some vehicles out here. All those multi-melters are definitely helping hold off the vehicles at the moment, but again, Carriejanka is going to do nothing but increase in ferocity and forces. So ThinkTwicz needs to be getting the heavier support out here. That said, he is trying to push in. If he does push in, he might stand a bit of a chance to cause some damage here. Carriejanka doesn't quite have her base fortified at the moment, but those Hellions would prove a bit of a problem, and those additional Scourge coming out are going to, again, prove a challenge to him. But he does need to push forward if he's going to cause any real effect here. At the moment, all he's really doing is kind of trading units for units. Those Hellions moving in, if they can get engaged, that's going to disrupt the firepower and allow those Scourge to just continue to fire in. But the Hellions are falling back now. That's going to let the... well, ThinkTwicz again. ThinkTwicz just kind of dancing with his units, not really pushing forward with them at the moment. So this is losing a bit of an opportunity here. He could be crippling Carriejanka's ability to produce units if he moves forward, but not doing it at the moment. Carriejanka is sending her forces in. These aren't really going to do much at the moment, but they are going to harass ThinkTwicz's forces, maybe take out a couple of his units. We do see more units coming in. We have a Witch Squad out now. If that Witch Squad moves in, they can cause a lot of damage. Again, they are a very powerful, heavy melee unit. But they do need somebody to kind of tank for them while they get moved into combat, which is happening now. Got Mandrakes moving in with the Incubus, so the Witch Squad can move in and start causing some damage, and they are indeed causing some good damage now. Let's see, we don't see those Taloses coming out just yet. I got more Hellions queued up. More Warrior Squads coming out. Let's jump back to ThinkTwicz, see what he's trying to crank out. He's got let's see, a Celestian Squad coming out. There's his Manufactorum is going down. Try to give himself some heavy support. Good call there. But we do see that Carriejanka has pushed forward and forced ThinkTwicz to fall back a bit here. We do see that devastating gun of that homunculus firing out there. We see the decap being attempted. We'll see if it actually goes through. We've got a lot of forces here for Carriejanka to try to just disrupt and cause some damage. And in the chaos, we'll likely get this decap. ThinkTwicz just does not have the firepower to stop it.
2 minutes until the
So there we do see the decap resetting that timer. This opens the match back up. And again, Carriejanka does have a good amount of firepower here. That Manufactorum is going to be very critical here. We need to see some vehicles coming out for ThinkTwicz very quickly here if he's going to be able to contest this. So, again, Carriejanka just continuing to crank out more units, got more coming down the pipeline. And again, not just standard infantry units, but actual stronger vehicle class units. These are going to be able to push back the forces that ThinkTwicz is bringing in here. Again, those Celestian Squads able to hold up a lot better, but still not going to be able to stand up to the amount of firepower that Carriejanka has in here. Those Battle Sisters are attempting to cause some disruption, but as soon as that cap finishes and Carriejanka's forces get freed up to actually fight back here, the tide's going to turn a bit. We do see the Flamers trying to break all of Carriejanka's forces. We saw a decap attempted there by ThinkTwicz for a moment, but it got interrupted. Ooh, and we do see the Warp Beasts coming out for Carriejanka now. Again, Warp Beast, one of the most powerful standard infantry melee units in the game. If those get down here stuck into ThinkTwicz's group at the moment, that's going to be a big problem for them. But they seem to be holding back at the moment. And we see the decap going down. ThinkTwicz trying to again reset that point. And there's the decap. Looks like Carriejanka is going to be losing all of her forces again down here. This is some really heavy trading of blows here. Both players losing a lot of forces to this. We do see 2 squads of Warp Beasts out now. That's going to be quite devastating, especially, and again, as we can see here, Carriejanka is reinforcing them to flush them out, fill them out to their full strength. Let's see what we got going on here. We have our first Talos out. That is going to be a big problem for ThinkTwicz. He has not built his first vehicle yet. He does have a lightning jet fighter and an immolator queued up now, but again, if he's not going to have them out here in time to stop that Talos, and that Talos is going to tear these guys apart. Especially these units have not been upgraded with their multi-meltas, so they're not going to be able to cause much damage to that. The Warp Beasts moving in, those are going to start tearing apart those Seraphims. This is not looking good for ThinkTwicz's forces at the moment. He's got superior numbers, but it's just vastly superior unit quality for Carriejanka at the moment. And that Talos is about to get stuck into that Battle Sister squad. It's going to disrupt them. And again, just start picking them off one by one. Those Warp Beasts have fallen back. They're not continuing to push their advantage here. They could easily move forward and take out that lightning turret, the Inferno turret with the multi-melta upgrade. The lightning fighter has arrived and is starting to lay waste to those warriors. The warriors need to really focus their fire on that fighter, and now they have turned to it, but not going to cause much damage to it. The Talos is going to cause a little bit of damage, but not much here. So we do see that Carriejanka has not decapped that point. Again, those Warp Beasts are not going to do anything to that lightning fighter. It's just going to have to depend on the warriors and the Talos to drop it. But they do successfully drop it. So they could easily move forward here and take out these Inferno turrets and that extra squad, and they are running forward now to do that. Again, you see how fast those Warp Beasts drop that turret. Very powerful melee units. Now getting stuck into that Battle Sister squad. They are just going to get devastated here. We do see the immolator coming out, but again, those Warp Beasts and that Talos can cause some good damage to that immolator. That immolator is going to be really good against infantry in general, causing them to break and lose their morale. But again, that Talos is going to be able to tear it apart here. We need to see some heavier firepower. We need to see an immolator upgraded to its multi-melta in order to really take out those Talos quickly. So again, we do see that squad dying pretty quickly, or that immolator dying pretty quickly to that Talos and those Warp Beasts. Warp Beasts continuing to tear apart the rest of ThinkTwicz's forces down here. We do not see the decap happening just yet. We do see a Raven out for Carriejanka to help fight back against those lightnings when they come in. So that Inferno turret with its multi-melta is trying to cause some damage, but it's actually focusing on the Warp Beasts, which is really good news for Carriejanka, because that means it's not causing the heavy damage against that Talos. And down that turret goes. So here we see the Warp Beasts have turned on each other temporarily because they're demoralized. Once they get reformed, they'll be able to actually cause some damage. But so ThinkTwicz coming out with another immolator tank. Again, without the multi-melta, it's not going to be able to do much against that Talos. We do see Reaper Jetbike coming out. The Warriors coming back to decap that point finally. So this is giving ThinkTwicz a little bit of breathing room, but Carriejanka looking pretty strong with superior map position at the moment. The Talos kind of ignoring the immolator at the moment, allowing it to cause some good damage to those warrior squads. They're attempting to recap it now. The immolator could very easily kill them all off, but the Talos is coming in to try to mop up that immolator tank now. Probably going to kill it before it finishes off the warrior squad. There we do see it. It did upgrade to the multi-melta, but not in time. So now we are going to see a refortification of the center by Carriejanka. And again, the pressure is going to be put onto ThinkTwicz to try to come back and retake this position. Again, trying to fight back with infantry squads is not going to do much good at the moment. Another Talos out now. ThinkTwicz needs either a Celestia in the squad with fully upgraded anti-infantry, anti-vehicle weapons to take down those Taloses, or he needs some powerful vehicles of his own out here. I do see another Witch squad out here to help defend. Actually, Carriejanka failing to cap that point. Did not finish capping it, moved her warrior squad away before they were able to finish. You see the Talos out here getting some damage brought on it by that listing post. Listing post has not been upgraded with its multi-melta though, so it's not causing as much damage as it could. The Archon squad moving in, try to cause a little bit of damage against ThinkTwice's energy, perhaps there, or okay, right now taking down the listing post. That's definitely going to hurt both his defensive capability as well as his requisition gain. Just a quick look at that, actually. Yeah, ThinkTwicz only at 97 requisition and 33 energy ticks versus 52 energy and 134 for Carriejanka. Let's see, we do see more Taloses queued up. Don't have enough pop cap for them at the moment. But Carriejanka moving forward now. This could actually be the end of the match pretty quickly here. She's not bothering to cap the point. Looks like she's going for the kill. We do see the Immolator coming out. Ooh, and it's actually popping its special ability. This is actually an excellent time to do so, causing a lot of damage to all those units around it, but it is still isolated and amongst a lot of heavy anti-infantry fire. So it goes down pretty quickly. A lot of damage caused to Carriejanka's forces, but not enough to kill them. And ThinkTwicz is now facing a situation where he may not have the forces to hold off this fight. Again, with those two Taloses, the Warp Beast squad and the Archon squad all in here, with the backup of the multiple Witch squads and the Warrior squad. Again, they're not moving at the moment, but they certainly could. And we see the Soulstorm going down around the Pristine Sanctuary. Carriejanka using all the abilities she has at her disposal to try to cause more damage here. Got another Immolator coming out. That Soulstorm causing damage to those Battle Sisters as soon as they spawn. Pristine Sanctuary is going to go down. Means that ThinkTwicz has lost access to his upgrades. It is not looking good for him. The Immolator trying to cause some damage here, but it's just not going to happen. Again, way too much strength from Carriejanka. And there we see the GG. ThinkTwicz has resigned. That means that Carriejanka will take this in a 2-and-out, so congratulations to her for her victory in her first match in the season. Let's go have a look at the score screen and see how the breakdown happens. So we do see a rather resounding victory for Carriejanka with a 7,000-point lead. Military, very clear victory there, as well as resources. ThinkTwicz managing to hold on to his superior technology score here. Let's have a look at the breakdown of military. Again, we typically see stronger units killed and fewer lost for the victor, as well as the buildings, but kind of interesting to look at that. One of the things that Carriejanka was able to do was kind of repeatedly pick off some external buildings that ThinkTwicz put down, so that let her boost her score a bit. Army size, again, ThinkTwicz, slightly larger army size, but the composition was not quite as good. He teched up at the same time as Carriejanka, but didn't really continue to flush out his forces in the same way. He flushed out his infantry squads pretty well, but his vehicle production was not on par to what Carriejanka was able to crank out. So again, slightly smaller army size, but slightly better quality of units meant that Carriejanka's forces were able to overcome. Looking at resources, again, very good play by Carriejanka. We see requisition, superior requisition gain by, again, continuing to grab points, decap points, force ThinkTwicz onto the defensive, and again, spending more than she actually generated, doing an excellent job of converting all of those points into battlefield abilities. ThinkTwicz, you can see here, was kind of starved on the power, and that could very easily explain why he was not able to get the vehicle robustness out that Carriejanka was. Again, we saw also partway into the match there that Carriejanka had nearly twice the energy generation that ThinkTwicz did. In fact, Carriejanka did not even really spend the full points that she generated power-wise. Came pretty close, so did pretty well there, but didn't quite get there. Versus ThinkTwicz did actually spend more than he generated, so he was definitely starved on energy there, trying to get that up, but not able to get the energy he needed to really go toe-to-toe with Carriejanka with the vehicles. And looking at the technology, we see a superior research count from Carriejanka, again contributing to the superior unit quality she had. ThinkTwicz definitely getting better on the unit upgrades, making sure that he got all of his squads decked out with their best gear, but again, without falling behind a little bit on the research count, didn't matter quite as much. Did reinforce his units pretty well, but Carriejanka did okay on that. We do typically see reinforced unit counts fairly high on groups that kind of churn through the units, and we definitely saw that on both sides in this game. Both Carriejanka and ThinkTwicz lost a lot of units. We do see more points captured for ThinkTwicz in total, but was not able to hold them as long. And again, critical locations held a little bit better for Carriejanka, and again, we saw that Carriejanka got both of those relics captured and held onto those. That did give her some pretty good requisition gain throughout the course of the match. So again, going back to the overview, we see again 27-minute match, pretty long, but good play from both players. Just slightly superior overall unit composition for Carriejanka. Well played both contendants, and again, congratulations to Carriejanka for her victory. Thank all of you for watching. Please definitely stay tuned to the channel for the additional matches as they come out. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.